Good morning, everybody. For those of you who have been following the Discord or Patreon or Twitter or BBC News or Reuters, you'll be pleased to know I finally got the first build of Fortresscraft Phoenix done last night. I say done. Doesn't really work yet, but we're going to make it work. But it works in the sense that it runs. That's good. So let me stick some music on in the background so I don't have to listen to the sound of silence. No, what do I want to listen to? What do I want? Right, I have that's up. Also, excuse me, same deal. Probably just the morning. I'm happy to work, but talking just takes it out of me. Right. So the main thing is the weather. Right, well that doesn't actually do anything yet, so we don't have where's the storm? Oh, dust, loading particles, that's that. Come on, Unity. I hate this. So if I access something it's not seen before, I'm going to have to run again. I can't find it. I actually can't find the dust. And we'll be going over the intro sequences there, but I'll stream for probably about 4 or 5 hours. So you have plenty of time to ask me stupid questions. Please do. I haven't quite dared think about wiping that yet. Wait, why are we waiting? Oh, it's possible this is a knackered world, actually. It's also possible worlds don't reload. So let's delete that. Yeah, see, that worked fine. Oh, no, it didn't. Oh, man. See, the last time I did it, it was absolutely perfect. It might be a little bit enthusiastic. Not that you'll see it, because this will still be covered up by the start system. It's not too bad, though. Good. Right, so what will happen now? First, I need to disable that. Excuse me. Okay, Unity, stop messing about. I clicked on something, highlighted, there we go. So that's called, rather wrongly, heavy fog. So let's fix that. Okay, so that's just Sandstorm. Now we don't... okay, survival weather manager. Wait, so I have survival weather and I have survival weather manager. Oh wow, that one is older than... Oh, that controls like snow and stuff, so not that one. Okay. God. Okay, so I also need to check. I also need to check that the game reloads that world fine. Where's my mouse cursor? There we go. Okay, cool, that's fine. should probably read it. Fortresscraft, Phoenix, first build. A Sandstorm. Okay. So, if you've ever played Minecraft, Minecraft did have one very, very excellent thing going for it that you almost literally could never have done in a game with more complexity. So Minecraft did have the good thing that if you were under an overhang, it didn't rain inside the overhang, it only rained outside the overhang, and that was very, very cool, and I like that. Unfortunately, we can't do that, so I don't currently have a concept of if the player is inside a room. Oh my god. Okay, where's the local player script? Okay, we actually have a. Okay, so we actually set it remotely, don't we? This will be a temporary thing anyway. I was going to remove that because it's just. Oh, I did not know that. Control F puts fluid of type 65 into your current segment. Okay. Temp, we need to deal with airlocks, etc. If you have an element, world x minus n default minus default of. My chaotic coffee isn't kicked in. Hey VR, how you doing, man? how tall. It's probably greater than -1 and less than -3. Heating base equals true. Oopsie, wrong. Let's not change that. No, weather. Okay, current weather equals clear day. Set new. God. So I'm still thinking about how I'm quite going to do this, because there's the concept of the weather changing. So it starts to rain, or meteorites, or whatever, whatever is the current weather. But then you've also got the concept of the weather changing. So it's becoming rainy, or it's stopping it. But then you've got the situation that it's raining, but then you go indoors, so it has to stop raining. Like, genuinely, you will be at the point where if you stand outside of a big room and look into it, it will be raining inside the room. That's how it works, unfortunately. Okay, so switch. I'm so glad I never have to type in case statements ever again. And as the player enters and leaves the base and stuff like that. God. Okay, if intro manager dots, I've forgotten where it goes now. Hold on. Vera, I did see your message about getting a key yesterday, but as I said, right now, other than some sort of weird completionism, there's literally no point. That's what I'm fixing now. So right now, that Sandstorm is on forever. There's no way for it to turn off. So what I'm going to do next, it's going to be a temporary thing, but when the player enters the base, the tutorial should finish. Oh no, I should just say, yeah, switch. I don't know why I'm testing the game object, because I'm an idiot. So if we're in intro Sandstorm, that'll set it active. And if we are in intro Sandstorm and we have finished that, then all we do is we set that should do that. Hopefully now all I need to do is But this all totally needs to be redone anyway, so I'm just going to get rid of it. No, I've got all the chats open. I'm not sure I understand why you said that, Peter. I've got your website open, and the other two chats haven't updated. Let me refresh. Yes. Hey, the other ones are working. Yeah, let's blame Twitch on that. Hello, Peter. Wade the Canadian. Did this a Secret Fortresscraft 1. More bits. I have a bit of a cough, but I have a goal, and I'm going to get my goal, and then I'm going to go. And Peter, I had all the chats open, but only one of them was updating. But I hit refresh on your website, and now it's working. So, hooray! And what is the earliest I will allow patrons that meet the requirements access to feed? It's pretty much as soon as the Sandstorm goes. Pretty much. So this code should really be inside survival. Actually, having said that, that should have been inside survival player as well. So let's not. Okay, so. I also need to do this in such a way it doesn't break the game. Have I heard about Blizzard? No. There's nothing on the news about Blizzard. What is it about Blizzard? Oh yeah, people. When there's like a major milestone, so you know when when it's working, I'll do it. I'll do all platforms. But yeah, there's no point in me just updating the platforms right now. Genuine, I'm not exaggerating. If you are to play this game, it is Fortresscraft patch 25 with a different intro that mostly works. So what should happen now is if the player is inside the base, it should go pop, 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 pop. The layoffs, they weren't Blizzard though, were they? They were actually Activision. The thing is, more bits. They've had to do that as part of their share price announcement stuff. I know a bunch of people who work for Freestyle, Activision Freestyle, and 2 years ago, within the week or so, there were massive layoffs. And when I worked at Activision Freestyle, what was it, 6 years ago, about to the week, there were massive layoffs. They lay off people to make their company appear more attractive to investors. That's just literally how it works. I don't believe there were any, however, from Blizzard. I don't know of any. And even if there were, you don't know whether we're talking about QA, because they've just finished development on Heroes of the Storm. So that means that the QA team for Heroes of the Storm is no longer needed, so they will lay them off. This is how it works in big business. But the way that the press has been describing it, they are making it sound like Blizzard have sacked all their staff, which is obviously not the case. Oh yeah, I should already made that too. Oh, it's only 16 by 16. Okay, that should fine, and that display the dialog boxes. I haven't assigned these. Bum, come on. Oh, now that's wrong. Why is my frustration break not? Oh, that's... Yeah. So my frustration will never bake because I've clamped the maximum draw distance. That's quite amusing. Okay, so if world script dot player has and had, what's it? game state. Player spawn and has had updates. And oh, good. And Unity crashes. Oh, for God's... Actually, no, it's Dev Studio that's crashed. I think it's connecting to Unity, but I don't want it to. That was a misclick. Oh, I'm going to go and get some more coffee, and hopefully it will work. It will have decided to work when I get back. Anyway, back in a moment, guys. I'll get some more coffee. And hello, Salath. Amazing. So I accidentally hit the start debug key, which promptly crashed it. There we go. All right. Cepheus is sleeping on a cushion under my chair. Don't know why, but that is where he has decided to sleep to. So no, and it's taking down Unity with it too. Come on, load quicker. Oh, come on. Thank you for the follow, Dexter GB16. Wait, you subscribed? Oh my God, you make me like my second subscriber. I'm very curious. Once the Gnome game kicks off, I'm very curious to see how subscriber numbers go on that. It's going to be very, very, very interesting. Okay, make sure I've hooked that up. Sandstorm, good. Yes, I wanted to check where we set the comment. Be really careful about. Careful about setting this. It doesn't affect baking, so it can easily get confused if we're waiting for something. Well, thank you, Dexter. Actually, when do we reset that? Oh, do we reset that, in fact? So let me... if world script dot player mlocalplayer dot frustrum dot maxdim equals 3. Actually, no, it is. So I can't wonder if it's baked, but oh, well, that's what you feel about. Is less than. I don't even know how I get money from Twitch. I assume sorry, my bank account, my PayPal, or they'll email me going, "You need to set this up." But yeah, I think you're literally not my second Twitch follower, so thank you very much. Scylla Stein, what is it about? What would you like to know about it? Other than it's not quite working yet. Haha. Yes, but I mean, like, I don't know if I have got it set up, or maybe I have 1,000 subscribers and I've just never noticed. I've absolutely no idea. I've just never looked at it. Yeah, see, now that's definitely wrong. Intro manager dot intro state equals. I'm here to answer questions. You've got about 4 hours to ask me questions, and I'm going to go get lunch and stop streaming. As you can hear, I'm still. What's wrong with that? Still not very well, which sucks. Right, where did we check that? Incidentally, Pete, if I didn't see your messages, that means that, yeah, the restream chat has totally just stopped working. Like, it's still giving me messages from Ever. How can you write... Oh, brilliant. Restream.chat cannot be run because node.dll is missing from your computer. Wow. Will it run a second time? I think it had an update pending. Oh, it seems to be working. Can't see all your messages. Switch to new compact mode. I will. Wow, this... Back to chat. Okay, cool. That still doesn't work, but we're getting there. Well, I'm assuming it had an update, disconnected from the chat, and then waited for me to restart it, but I haven't restarted that app in weeks. And to be honest, right, probably that's fine because the player will have had spawn and had updates. Hey, looks like the chat re-linking as well. Yes, Stein, I am. It's adorable they think I've read any of this. I think I'm not streaming for subscribers. But don't tell me, Stein. Oh, okay, let me delete that and recreate that. As I said, the mixer game I'm doing, I suspect will get me an awful lot of subscribers, but we'll see. Yeah, the player's searching the wrong direction. That's a bug. Okay, what are you complaining about? Yeah, so I don't really care. I mean, don't forget, I've been a partner or an affiliate, sorry, on Twitch for a very long time. So I haven't changed anything. It's just that nobody ever bothered to subscribe before. Game manager instance. Or... Yeah, okay. And that or that. So if we've spawned and we either don't have an intro manager or the intro manager is complete. So I spent most of the last stream trying to speed this intro up, and I sped it up so much other systems are breaking. If want to... Huh? What's wrong with that? Ah, there's only one brace there. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Yeah, so this is all going to go. Don't worry, this is all going. Everything you just saw there will go. Right, well, why is the weather in clear day? So this also, I mean, I'll run through. This explains, by the way, why, I hope it explains, why we have the fog. So without the fog, where is the fog? Right, without the fog, that's all the world there is. And hopefully, cross fingers, when I actually get inside the base, more of it will kick off. That said, that does seem to be going a little slowly. It's to speed the generation up. And now we are... Okay, I'm guessing I can't program is what I'm guessing. Attach Unity debugger. Has to play spawn and have updates? Yes. Do we have an intro manager? No. Fine. Are we... That's why. The auto excavator only breaks ore if you're on rapid difficulty. So not sure why the weather isn't kicking off, but we'll get there. Okay, no storm, but no issues either. Now that's the bit I need to make sure doesn't happen. As long as it happens outside the player's visual range, it's fine. It stopped breaking blocks. Is that have energy? There we go. And then you see, then we turn on the full generation. And then you can see it beginning to generate the world, I hope. So at this point, I will now need to persuade the player. The player will be shown around their base at this point. The player will be told to... Probably all the lights will be off. They'll be told to enable all of the bits and bobs of the base. And hopefully by the time they've done that, as you can see here, the world... This is when the world now begins to generate. It's possible... I might even tie that into the thrust and bake. So what will happen is you'll get a... what's that? What happens is you'll get a, quote, decontamination sequence or danger radiation storm or something. And what it actually is saying is you don't get to go anywhere until it finishes generating. Wow, that looks weirdly broken. What have I... I think I may have disabled the fog. Well, apart from the fact that the storm wasn't to begin with, that's pretty good. Now, why do we enable the storm? Survival. Oh yeah, okay, so if we're in clear day, game state, I forgot where it lives. Game manager instance. How do I handle collision with the ground? Block by block. Are you insinuating you were using mesh colliders for your ground? Yeah, I solved that issue in the end, but I didn't solve it in a... I didn't solve it in a good way, and it's also not possible to bake the mesh soup and pass it to PhysX. All you can do is say to PhysX, make a mesh collider. And it goes, I've made a mesh collider. What I want to be able to do is to generate the data in the correct format and then pass it on to PhysX, which you can't do. I mean, you genuinely can't do that. Which is just bizarre. Yeah, so are you, what, is it mesh colliders on voxel terrain? Because you can't do that anyway, because it doesn't really work. You've got to use convex stuff. I need to fix that. I need to go so far. Intro complete. Did you... Okay, now where do we generate that? Yeah, so I mean, in Fortresscraft, we don't use PhysX at all for collision. I just don't. I will be. I have an interesting idea that I plan to prototype that perhaps will allow collision. Until that point, the answer to your question is a quad tree, and you simply generate mesh colliders for very small sizes of stuff. That's just the way you've got to do it. Let's make that 6. Yeah, it doesn't matter, PPVolta. You are unable to generate a collision mesh and give it to PhysX. There's just no support for it, which is ridiculous. So with with the mesh stuff, like the actual world meshes, we still have to do that on the main thread, but I generate it on another thread, I generate the normals on another thread, I generate the tangents on another thread, I generate the UVs on another thread, I generate it all on another thread, and then I hand it over to Unity, which isn't brilliant, but you know, it's good enough. That's better. I know the player is facing the wrong way though, I'm well aware. But what will happen is if you step off that, it'll be like, ouch, error, don't do that. Hooray! Oh. Are your primary way. Huh? Are your primary. I haven't made any decisions about tutorial stuff. What I think I'll do is I'll probably give the player a parallel tutorial. So the whole base will have stuff to do. You'll have to enable some stuff, switch some stuff across, do some things, do some things, do some things. And when you've done that, the tutorial finishes. Yeah, but you can't, PPVolta, once I've done that, I can't give it on to Unity. There's just no method of doing it. It's a lot of you. There is a term for it. I forgot the name of it. It's something like YDNT. I think it's just basically you don't need that. They don't think anybody needs that, so they don't put it in. And you find requests from like 10 years ago. People going, "Can you add this?" They're like, "No, nobody will need that." And I go, "Hey, I need to." Oh, you don't need that. Oh. Well, that didn't work at all. Amazing. Did I... But Unity does need to stop telling people they don't need stuff. I mean, I badgered them for instancing for half a decade. Where they went, hey, we put instancing in. I was like, oh, thank fuck for that. And now, I was the fucking poster child for Unity's instancing system. And now they're taking it to a huge degree. So all of the ingots in Fortresscraft are rendered in one draw call, for instance. Hey. So at this point, now the storm's gone. Way, we have a game I can ship. Though I'm slightly curious what's happened to the fog. So with fog and rendering and distancing and all that, I have many questions. And I mean, things like, you know, the CPH obviously needs to go. Obviously, that won't be there. But when you'll get here, the power will be off. All these sort of things. But I don't have currently a base management thing. Let me commit that. So I'm pleased about that. So it's time. It's only 11 o'clock. Awesome. So the goal is today to make a build for patrons, a snapshot build. Now, as I said on Discord, this is what I call a token build. It is not a, hey guys, it does exist. You can play it. I'm not making it up. It's just a proof build, rather than hey, look at all this cool new stuff. So just be aware of that for the moment, and don't expect anything new and exciting yet. Okay. So what I don't have currently is a Unity base manager. So let's do that, because it'd be quite nice to actually have you go in and it's all dark and the lights all come on and blah, blah, blah. Awesome. Okay, so if I have atmospheric control the current time of day. I'm not sure my atmospheric I can't even pronounce it. I'm not sure my atmospheric scattering is on. Okay. If where did it go? Force to night time during intro. So torches are on and the player can't see too far. And then what will happen, you get in the range, and then hopefully all of the outside base lights will come on, and then hopefully the inside ones, and blah and blah and blah. I don't know what time is current time of day. Right, brilliant. Moon rises at 0.75, so 0, I think. Oh, no, 1. I think. I don't know. Let's just set it to 0 and see what we get, I guess. Okay, and then we're going to pop Unity Base Manager on this. Tell it I should do as well. Where's it gone? Particle system. Okay, let me move the console. No. I hate these docking things. They're never intuitive trying to get it where you need it. Is it that way? No, it's that way. Start lifetime 2. Lifetime. You've all gone quiet again. See, when everyone goes quiet, I just wonder whether or not what's happened is the chat's broken again. Let me refresh and see what happens. It surprised me, the chat. It's not rocket science. Display chat. Nope, you've all gone quiet. That's fine. Text sheet animation 4x4. Ugh. Wait, hold on. That looks all right. Oh, I want it that shape. There we go. It's obviously just cooling. Right. Let's not get distracted. Because I have just been distracted, but let's get undistracted. Okay, so in the... Okay, so public... oh, it's got a name. And I wonder, now I haven't tagged the internal lights yet, but I should be able to deduce all of the internal lights, because all the internal lights will be lights without a script. And then what I'll do is public light MA internal lights. Okay, so please don't look, by the way, because what I'm about to do is a little bit ugly. Okay, so these will actually be public list. I keep on doing that. That does not go there. What I'm about to do is it's a tad ugly, but clever. Okay, so okay, sort all lights into their appropriate categories. Get components in children. And I currently don't have any way of doing this one, but I want to. But, oh man. What we can call this power core light. Right, let's think then. Okay, so for in I equals 0, I is less than LA light stock length. Okay, so if LA lights I dot get component in get component or rotate constantly script power core light equals LA lights I. If else, if LA lights I dot get component external light MA external lights dot add LA lights I else not sure why that's erroring, but we'll come back to that. Second one else MA internal line. What's wrong with that? Oh, right. LA lights. No, wait, that is a light. Okay, because that's still a light, isn't it? Let's be specific, explicit, implicit. Okay, so if world script dot, I'm going to do the same thing again. So if we are during the intro, and I'll be honest, I ain't tested the day-night thing yet. For in I equals 0, I is less than MA external light stop length count length. if world script, if oh no, they should only do hibbity. No, that should be fine because this is a Unity side thing, so we should be fine. Local player dot is in base, yeah. What did I put these at though? Two. Okay, so we'll need to control the lights for each of the internal rooms in the base. As the player unlocks access to the rooms, we can enable those lights. The base is split into research. There's research, power, crafting, suit upgrades, medical. Is that right? That's medical. That's research. That's crafting. That's. I funny think that might be power and research. Oh yeah. Basic research. Advanced research, not power. And then suit upgrading is in. And then this one will be the comp. So you'll come in and you won't get access to any of this. It'll all be locked away. And then it will open up and take you through the bits one by one. And then some of the bits will unlock over time. Well, let's see how much I broke. So I'm not going to risk clearing up the intro, because when I clear up the intro, I'm quite likely to break everything. Everything is very interconnected in all games. Alright, with a bit of luck then, if I turn on the lights... I think there's maybe the CPH based lights. Okay, no errors, but also it's quite light. It's much lighter in here than I was expecting. Well, I don't know why. Oh, well, let's wander down the path and see what we get. Yeah, so that's what I wanted, sort of just a little intro thing. That the drop pod will land with you in it to just give the game a few more seconds to generate. I think it's pretty good. I need to run this on a low spec computer. I might actually pose questions to the patrons saying, how is this? How does it run on yours? Anyway, and I appear to have a walking ref map on me. Yes. It's still not as dark as I would have thought. And I appear to have disabled the fog. We'll come back to that. I mean, this is all going entirely. But in theory, this is working. It's just nowhere near as dark as I was expecting. Okay, let's fix the reflection probe. It's working. It's just way too big. That's better. And maybe if you stick it inside a wall, the wall will... Yeah, this is Unity's idea of reflection modes. You can't have, like... I hate Unity sometimes. They tend to, like, jam in new tech and then go, that's done. And you're like, is it done? And they're like, well, you know, it's all right. So we've got the reflection probes. We get nice shiny gun. So if I stand near something green, I'll get some green reflecting in the gun. Cool. But then I jam the gun in the wall, and then the wall starts to pick up the gun's reflection. And there's no way, if you don't know if you can see the gun, like, jerking there. It's because there's no way in Unity to blend the reflection probes. Which is dumb. Actually, what time of day is it? Is there any time of day? I think, because the game is making drippiness. I think it might think we're underground. I guess I can tell what time of day it is by seeing if the solar panel are up on the CPH. Time of day 0.6. Okay, I don't think that's working. Survival atmospherics. I appear to have also got rid of the atmospheric scattering somehow. That's why the sky looks so weird. I'm trying to work out where the sun has gone. It's not a question I ever thought I would ask, but hey. There's the moon. Actually, I think the sun is out. Oh, that's the sun pointing down, isn't it? Yeah, because that's the nova, but... Alright, what have I done wrong? Survival atmospherics. Oh, wait, wrong function. By the looks of it, though, it's scattering. Ah, okay. So it's looking for atmospheric scattering on the main camera, which is for some reason has gone. I think that's either Todd or Andy's fault. Let's put it back in. Don't know why it's gone. Is it camera I? Camera, okay, so the eye camera. So I'm still need to tidy it up. So as I'm going on, I want to kind of make a sort of a bit of a jump. But stuff like, if I search for sun, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things called sun. And I think Unity just crashed on me. Yay! Oh, there we go. Cool. Yeah. I'm going to keep running the intro because I want to make sure the intro works. So I've changed an awful lot. About how the intro works, and it's a lot quicker, a lot smarter, and under some circumstances, the old one, it would go wrong. Okay. But yeah, that I still need to fix. It should always have generated the world by the time the player gets to do anything. And I'm hoping that the atmospheric scattering has... and the atmospheric scattering is what controls the ambiance. Ambiance. It's a posh word. It means brightness. Actually, ambience and ambiance are different words, but that's not the point. Yeah, so this is now actually nighttime, so that's good. You can see it's kind of a dark blue. So if I look inside, it is actually fairly dark in here. No on Unity 565. We will be jumping to 2018, but I'm not going to try and make everything break all at once. Cool. That's... and then the power core should work up to speed, but it won't, doesn't it? But yeah, I will be going to Unity 2018, which I've been using in other projects. 2018.3. Currently, Unity 2019 is just a broken nightmarish hellhole, so I ain't going anywhere near that for the time being. Okay, let's fix that reflection probe as well. All of Unity. Well, so upgrading minor versions of Unity can occasionally cause minor problems for me. Upgrading major versions of Unity will almost definitely cause major problems for me. So right now, I'm not doing these. I'm not even going to try and do these things. That will come before release, will be a move to a more modern Unity system. That will fix itself. I hope. There it goes, yeah. And in we go. Welcome, you have made it to the base. This is Fortresscraft Phoenix. Lights on, and out we go. Not sure why we're not seeing any atmospheric scattering, but I have a sneaky suspicion that those should be gone. Oh, that is interesting. I also need to tone down the sparkles because I'm not doing that anymore. The sparkles show where it's generating. Because I did some substantial and massive improvements to how that works. I think, aha, there we go. That's why we can't see. Yeah, see, we do have much nicer sky system, much nicer. So we should get hopefully. Oh, wrong button. Oh well. We have an atmospheric scattering system, which I went through a lot of them. I went through about half a dozen different solutions, and none of them, weirdly, offer the ability to colorize the sun. Like, not a single one of them allows you to have a green sky or a purple sky or whatever. So, I'll get rid of the dynamic planes, and I will work out why the underground blackness is broken. And then I'm going to get a drink. So, let's go back in. I'm going to get a drink, and hopefully I'm going to leave you with the sun. Oh, I wish you could see Sifi. He's curled up and he's asleep on his own paw. But he's decided not to sleep in a place where you guys can see him today. He's got very needy, I think, since Ajax has passed away. He's just been so, like a limpet. Like the world's furriest and most adorable and most wonderful limpet. Yeah, so I will need to flip off those three. And we may be doing a horizon band. I don't know. So with better luck. Oh, do I actually need to have gone into the base for it to... Oh, there we go, here we go. Cool. You enjoyed the sunrise? I'm going to get a drink. How did that look? Did that look good? Let me post a picture on the Discords of Cepheus, as he is right now, being the cat he was meant to be. Actually, let's quiet telephone. There we go. But you'll notice that the day-nights, like the horizon system, doesn't have any concept of below the horizon, which is great if your landscape extends to infinity, and less so if it doesn't, which obviously it doesn't. Right. For those of you not on Discord, well, why not? Why not on Discord? So there you go. Cephii has steadfastly refused to sleep. Camera. Right. No, I actually hope you deal with them. Underground blackness. Alright. Up. This looks like an awful lot of code that's not there anymore. Okay. I'm not sure this should be on. I'm going to leave it in for a comment. Should this now be in atmospherics? Or do we still set that? I've just got a comment here that just goes Murgle. Oh yeah. Weather forecaster equals 7. Hopefully that should actually still be working. So a lot of what I'm doing is I'm simply taking existing Fortresscraft code, porting it across and making notes on tidying it up, because to a degree it would be nice to tidy stuff up. However, realistically, I'm not going to waste my time tidying up my code base. So only if it's proving a problem. There's no point worrying about how nice your code is. So I do plan to have a just check. That's disabled. That is okay. That is currently being controlled. That's good. I do plan, by the way, to have a star box as well. And hey, we've completed the game. I'm still getting drippy underground noise. It says something thinks I'm underground. Thanks, Arthur. That's most of what I wanted to get achieved today. Like Todd and I we have so much work to do. I don't know if you noticed, you probably didn't. If I stand outside here and run the day-night cycle forwards as the sun goes down, the base should light up. The base should light up. God damn it. Why does that work? It looks really good. Oh, it's because I'm cheating. I think they should pop on individually in a second, like in the next couple of seconds, because I've been fast forwarding time. There we go. So the base lights up. That look cool. I'm slightly puzzled why this hasn't reached. All the way. That might be so we should go. Ah, no, that does need to be plus 18. I think no, max is plus 18. Oh, I forgot to build that half of the base. So that should probably actually be plus 18, and then Z minus equals 18. This is because we modded it outside this. think that might be like +4. So that's ramp plus base plus something so the player isn't staring at the wall. Get in there. Get in there. Tidying it up. Okay, so hopefully then that doesn't go too far this way. There will be some sort of launch pad. That is the plan. Hey, I've done it. I've completed it. Oh, look, there's the broken. Hold on, if I wonder if I can look at that. So, do you remember when sometimes the doors just went bonkers? I'm sure you've all seen that when it's just gone mental. Right here. So the reflection probe has gone mental. Okay. But if anyone can tell me why, I'd be curious. So if I turn on effects, so there's nothing wrong with the ref probe. Right, that's the ref probe there. It's all good. It's all fine. If I move it out the way, I can't. If I move it out the way, or I disable it, the gun, that's fine. So everything else is reflecting just fine. But I make that cover the walls. That's all fine. But for some reason, the gun has just decided to be super shiny and bright. And I've no idea why. Isn't that weird? So this is what was happening to the doors. Right, these are literally just a shader that just reflects. It doesn't do anything else. But that's gone. That's obviously broken. But it wasn't broken before. And now it's... So this is what, I don't know if you guys have seen it when the doors... There you go. Oh no. So yeah, there's something in the reflection probe, I would have said. And fixed. Okay, I think I know what this is. We do have another reflection probe here that covers the whole world. And I can't actually see it because it's not going to show it to me. Is it going to be? Okay. It's not really very useful, is it, game? So we have another reflection probe that only has in it the... Where's the fuck's the camera? It only has in it the the thing. It only has in it the skybox. And nope, that's just full of black as well. So this is the thing, people complain at me about stuff. This isn't me. This is Unity's reflection probe system just going batshit. And I'm pretty good at fixing things, but I can't really fix engine issues. So I can probably fix it by doing that, which means that it should only take the most important. And we do have a day-night cycle now. Yeah, did I fix it? Did I break it again? Yeah, cool. I don't know what proton is. I'm hazarding a guess it's like a Unity probe. Flexion probes, simple. Oh. Plain probes and skybox, fun. Oh, yeah, I remember I meant to check and I forgot. I mean, stuff like I need to take away the player's grappling hook, and I need to do all of the intro stuff. Yeah, it's broken again. Look at that. But as I said, the reflection probe itself is fine. And I don't seem to be able to fix this. So if I go to metallic alpha, albedo alpha, like none of these things are fixing this issue. I mean, this is literally a bug within Unity's thing. I'm not going to turn on wall collision quite yet. It will come, but I haven't... There we go. Excuse me. So you can just run through the walls, which I will leave it for the time being. Because, yeah, hopefully that little... So what will happen is you can sort of see inside here. So I don't know if you guys remember Half-Life 2. All the way through, Half-Life 2 used a very similar glass rendering technique, which at all points made you want to know what was there. And if you actually cheated and looked, there was never anything there. But it made you really, really want to. So that will be locked away. So hopefully there'll be a little bit of the player going... I want to know what's inside here. Although that said, it's all dark. Should be a sign that says lab, and it seems to have gone. Yeah, there. Nah, that's better. Oh, again. These are all things that Todd will be addressing. I'm just using off-the-shelf assets. Andy will probably be making a much more complex, or less complex base, rather. Because right now all I have is the word Labzone 01. And this will obviously say the different sort of things. And we've got base report, mission report. So the mission system will be in your base. So I'm going to, because I have had so many complaints about the mission system. So initially I'm going to try doing what I think won't work. Yeah, I know. And what I think won't work is having it so you have to go back to the base to see what your next mission is. Now, conversely, I might have to sort of push a lot more towards the player to focusing on going back to the base. That might be a thing. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I need to get done. So if I rerun, I think I spawned in the wrong place, but hey. That's a good point, actually. We should probably... Okay, no. Where is that? It's in console. No, it's not. Console commands, change spawn location. That's the one. Well, script test one. I think that's all I need to do, and then hopefully, then from then on, the player will spawn inside the. Well, mission rewards can actually make sense now. The problem is previously I couldn't really give mission rewards because it just made no sense. The only way I could have done it would be you need to mine out this vein of copper. We think there's a radioactive Hujima flip in it. But now with the corporation telling you what to do, it should work a lot better. I do like that Steam. If I actually pause that just very briefly. Is this on the inside? No, this isn't. There is a version with an inside as well. But yeah, there will be a bit more of an intro. You won't get dropped off unceremoniously. Over the next couple of months, I would say, I'll be putting an awful lot of time into this intro sequence. The first 5 minutes needs to be really good. Oh. Okay, what? Okay, that's fine. This isn't. What? It looks like it's working, all apart from the fact that it's just thrown an error. Fuck. Attach debugger. Okay, what? I still love this. There's an exception. Okay, for what? What's null? That's not null. Oh, okay. thought I could have null functions that just compiled away to nothing. Shows what I know. I might do a very temporary hack to fix that in a sec. So we should get the dialog box saying, well done, you are playing Fortresscraft 2. Well done, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. So that's now repeatedly and consistently and weirdly broken. Oh, I wonder if I've had a thought. Reflection probe, Phoenix tool. Huh, it's not that either. How weird. Oh, wait, hold on. Wrong. Oh. Aha. HDR is causing it, so that's fixed. That's good. It's a bit dark in here, though. There is still a situation where the game doesn't really understand if I'm in there or not. So if you're inside a room, it understands it. So I should fix those sparkles as well. Okay, so it's the Phoenix tool and the... Oh, what's it called? Is it particle manager? I swore it's called Sparklies. Nope. Brilliant. I can't find it. I'll come back to that one. So untick that. And then so I can fix those sparkies this time. I have gently poked Microsoft a few times, by the way, into about the mixing, and they're like, "Oh, it's a bit complicated because we've never done this before." I'm like, "Okay, but you know, can we have a chat?" Yeah. What I'll probably do, though, is if the player frustum is expanded, I'll then expand it further. I'm also not entirely sure, it has to be said, that the... I actually saved the world set then, but I do tend to sort of quit stuff badly. Yeah, I didn't. There we go. Wait, what? Sparkles. Node load marker. Ah. Sparkles. I'm trying to think what else I want to do now, because I can't do everything. Yeah, that's how it goes. The plan was to go to about 12:30, 1ish, which is about half an hour. Bollocks wrong. But it's now playable, I think. Let's go back in and make sure it's still working. Excuse me. Now, is it going to do that every time I restart the game? Because that's... Okay, I'm in the right place. That's good. I'm not facing the right way. That's less good. Let's quit cleanly. Well, okay, we're going to go back in. I don't really care if that dialogue pops up every time. I don't know where those dialogues will come. It may... So I do have the opportunity, of course, to lock the player into his own base and say, do a thing. You know, they may... I lock the player, physically lock them in the base, and then say to them, like, you know, enable the power reactor or whatever. I'm hilariously bemused by the lighting in here. Other than that, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a build. I think. Is there anything else I need for the moment? Ah, hold on. Yeah, there are perhaps a couple of things. So, I booted it up yesterday and I realised it took me quite a long time to work out if it was the right game or not. By the way, that's kind of correct, but entirely not going to work. Wait, hold on. 69. How strange. Maybe what I'll do is I will Wow. Ugh. That didn't do what I thought it would do. Why is it? Oh, it's the lighting. Oops. My phone is very loud. I think where I can put this, it isn't going to look totally dumb. Which is proving to be a struggle. Maybe if I just do that and... There we go. Well, that'll do. Okay, I reckon I'm going to do a little bit more on this. This entire thing is going. I have a completely new idea for the intro, for the thing. I'm back in just a moment to see if he demands my love. I can actually show you, I think, because I'm going to mostly use an asset pack. There's no point in doing everything by hand. Again, same thing. I'll do it. Todd and Andy will then be tasked with making it better. So the main menu will be a walk around experience. Now, if you watch the Super Mix flick, you'll recognise it. If you've played Adapter, you'll recognise it. So it'll be in space. Although a very nice thing, that won't be here. So this will be a space station, and you'll be able to wander around, and you'll probably have, like, you know, level 1, level 2 options menu. So it'll be a fairly standard wander around AAA menu system. They're quite common. So this will probably be the level select here. So you'll see level 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10. So again, it should look nice. It should look quite professionally done. And then obviously there won't be a weird landscape. It'll be space out there. And from here, you will also get to choose which corporation you work for and which planet. So the idea is that the difficulty settings will turn into planets. So now be aware, all the planets will look the same. So don't think for a moment there's going to be a jungle planet and a desert planet and all those things. These things were asked for Fortresscraft 1, and I had to point out, if I start, so people were complaining about the cold and said they wanted to start off in a hot planet. I said, well then, I need to redo all of the game mechanics that base around cold to be based around hot. And then I need to do all the mechanics to base around, you know, a temperate planet. So I'm not going to rebalance the game multiple times. But basically, you'll be able to choose a midnight planet. You'll be able to choose a planet with a known large amount or small amount of resources. So this will go. This will entirely be gone. It'll be a totally different menu system. But I will be keeping the same thing. Now, I don't think a lot of people realised. Okay, so this is the Burnout thing. Burnout had one of the rules. You want to play the game, what you could do is you could just mash the start button. So Fortresscraft, if you want to play single player, if you want to play a single player level, it's very simple. You don't need to do anything. You just go, enter, spacebar, enter, you're in. And that was very important to me. No one, I don't think anyone picked up on how slick that is. When I join a multiplayer server, you just press left, click on the one you want, and go. Fluffy baby. So I did a very, 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 I thought, good job of ensuring players could get into their game incredibly quickly, and absolutely no one picked up on it. No, it's absolutely on purpose, Zero Night. It was, at the time we did it on Burnout, it was a bit of a rebellion against the much more complicated front ends. The idea was, if you weren't paying attention, you could just boot up your console and just hit X, and eventually, within however quickly we could do it, you'd just be in a race. That was it. That was always the point. You didn't have to... It was a bit like if you boot up a Mega Drive, slap a Mega Drive cartridge in, or a Genesis, depending where you're from, just hit the start button. After a number of seconds, you'll be in the game. And that was quite good. Like I thought that was quite. I will probably what I'll do is I'll do it so if you press spacebar, you'll whip to the selection screen. I'll probably cheat so you can wander around, look at stuff, and go ooh and ah, and there'll probably be a shortcut key. You know, want to get back into your base quickly? Just press F1 or whatever. Anyway, this is just temporary, so whoever is running this or playing it, looking at it, isn't like, shit, is this Fortresscraft or not? It should be, hopefully, pretty obvious. Then again, people can be more than a little slow. Ah, that's interesting. Wait, what? Okay. Maybe a tad subtle as well. No, is that the right thing? Thank you. That looks good enough for that. Yeah, that'll do. Just has the word Phoenix in it, Phoenix in it, Phoenix. What time is it? Okay, so it's past. That's fine. What we'll do is I will try. Okay, build wins 64. Yeah, day one, automated process. While we're doing that one, let's see how the Reddit looks. I'm not signed. I can't remember what my Well, Reddit looks pretty dead. That's a bit of a shame, but let's look at the thingy. Fortresscraft tried to try and UP patch with my Wi-Fi and then the router. Interesting. I simply send out a UPnP broadcast. I suspect you're not supposed to have two gateways on a single network that respond to that. I expect I'll just attempt to enable UPnP on the first of these systems to respond. Curious that this is happening. Yes, he's got a Wi-Fi extender, and I've said, hey, and I just do a UPnP broadcast. Literally, I just broadcast it. So, amusingly, his Wi-Fi extender has come back with, all right then. Like, I don't think you should have that on. Like, yeah. Yeah, I don't think you're supposed to do that. Mark III prefer to shoot at the larger ones, though. Briefly, CPU time is limited before dropping to the I'm not sure how you've determined that they are overkilling. Do you have any idea on how much health a standard wasp has at? Because I don't. So this guy has just said, oh, they're overkilling. I'm like, what? How much health have they got? Yeah. Aggressive slimes are valid targets, and falling hurts slimes. This little trifecta to arrange a slime murdering farm. And now paying for, what is he talking about? I'm really confused. Railgun, not patron. So did he fire the railgun or not? I've no idea. Game breaking, but I refuse to believe that you have broken the tutorial. I've got a bug in the game. No, my PC's completely normal. Really? Well, I am using an MSI with a fully programmable keyboard that I fully ordered from Fortresscraft. Try this. Okay, has something to do with my programmable keyboard. Well, there you go. Answered your own question. Ooh, cool. Okay. Let's see if the upload works. Yeah, I might be doing one more patch. I might be updating patch 25. Maybe. Huh? Man. So that's just 2 hours to 500%. Just means it's done 5 full scans and not found anything. Confusing, I know. Yeah, that's one of the other things I will be changing. So rush mode will change. What rush mode will do now is you'll be given 24 hours and 24 hours to get as far as you can. So it'll be kind of a roguelike mode. It's not really the right. It's not quite the right thing. Partner dot. Oh, that's the wrong game. I should really set this up as a thing. Stein, I will probably be removing 32-bit, but right now, what I don't want to do is just blitz the entire game and then go. Oh, where is it? Come on. Is it? I think back into the 1. Yeah. For Steam has now hit 7 digits in its app IDs. And there we go. Okay, so we'll do that. Then I will close the game. Which I did anyway, but let's properly do it. And then we will make sure it works. Close that, close that. Oh, it says downloading. That bar's not filled up. That was nearly full. Oh, now it's stopped being full. Oh, I don't know. If this works, and anybody wants a key, let me know. I'd like to give out at least one, just so you can go, just message me. Yeah, that works. But overall, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and love the kitty. I'm going to have some food. I will probably carry on working, but my my voice is not up to it yet. I'm sure you will. You asked me for one yesterday. Oh. No, Stein. Yeah, not free. Well, it's technically free. I'll tell you what I'll do is... Oh, that's PacketStorm wrong. And there's every chance, by the way, I will completely revoke all these keys when we're done. That is a possibility. I don't know. But for the minute, Vieira, if I bung it at you, that's fine. I will probably set up a spreadsheet and all that sort of stuff. So let's say if you can go, make sure it works, and then I can start the usual process of that. So, for instance, what I haven't done yet, and I'll do it very briefly, I'll run the game on fastest, which is how it used to break, and I'll create a world on fastest. Now, that used to be broken. The name of the game is screwed up. Huh? Yeah, see, that's whatever your concern is, Vieira. It is less of a concern than this. I've got a sound though. No, maybe it'll work for you, but it's not working for me. It's not doing anything. That's hilarious. That's nothing to do with me, though. That's Valve. That's amazing. Where? Oh, right, yeah, okay. Oh, shoot. I wonder if it's because there's a column. I mean, you can technically play it now, Maurice. Just need to make clear that when I say that, what you'll be playing is what you just saw. Well, you can't, 'cause it didn't work. Interesting. What the fuck? Oh, I was hoping... Well, I'll be curious to see if it works on VR. It's just not working for me. But yeah, I'll give it 20 minutes. If I haven't fixed it in 20 minutes, I'll fix it next week. Because it's correct that it's missing. Absolutely. No. Phoenix player stats. That's me. Okay. Okay, didn't load stats. That's fine. And then for some reason we probably try and load it again. Oh, huh? Don't make any sense. Did I forget? I can see why this is broken, but I don't see why it wasn't broken before. Like, didn't load stats file, and then we will return. Like, that's exactly what I would expect, because we then call load, and we call load if stats is false, and we only set stats to true if we find it. So why is it not broken? Like, I have no idea why. Now that should fix it. It will then save and then reload, but I really don't know why or how it would ever have worked. But I should be able to just make a build now. And then run that, and then hopefully it'll be all good. 13.9k. Okay, that's pretty bad. To be fair, Vieira, what you'll find with a lot of games is it sits in your ISP's cache. So your ISP will cache a lot of YouTube videos, very popular web pages, and they'll cache Steam. They absolutely will. Yeah, but I mean, it's that might be why you're getting it, because obviously there are literally 2 people in the world that have ever got this build, and I'm one of them and you're the other. Okay, so let's run that directly. I'll make sure the world is deleted. It might be because the folder exists, but the contents didn't. Because from my point of view, I've been creating that folder, not putting anything in it, because I am running an editor. That might be why. Well, like, you know, like the logos and stuff. None of this is, you know, done. This will be a long process. I mean, it's... Wow. Did it just kick me out? Wait, what? Did it just kick me out because I wasn't running Steam? Because I am. Wow, I've never seen that before. Okay. Come on, Andy's World. You can do it. It kind of makes sense, but I think that is purely an editor derp. I hope it's just an editor derp. This annoys me. Unity's like, oh, I have to load in everything. It's like, you really don't. This is my code. This is my loading. This is as quick as I can make it. I'd be curious to see if it works for you, but I'll be uploading a new build in a minute or so. Now, what should happen is the intro sequence should have kicked off at the beginning of this, way before any of this, and that's what I will be aiming to... Wait, what? Oh, shit, I just learned existing world. Nah. Yeah, don't do that. Don't load existing worlds up. Okay, uploading that. Scanning. Wow. Amazing. So apparently Nike made a set of self-lacing shoes, and it uses your phone to lace and unlace them, and they fucked up a firmware update, so all the people who own these shoes, they're now bricked. Every day we stray further from God's light. Like, the other day I went to watch something on my television and I had to download an update for my television. It's just bonkers. This is why I like my car. Right, there is no update. There is no patch. There's not. It doesn't have any. Well, like I don't even update my phone generally because I very rarely found it made it better, just more annoying. Okay. Okay. But I suspect I will be removing the 32-bit folder. I don't think I'll be supporting 32-bit. I think all versions of Windows are now 64-bit, except for XP was the last 32-bit one, I think. Is that everything I need to do? I think that's going to be it for today. So I will be offering up the patron keys as we go along. As I said, right now, honestly, don't get excited. There is so little stuff done. A lot of it's been under the hood stuff. But I wanted to get the new store page set up. Like it's all those sort of things. So we will definitely reconvene next Friday for a summer. Most of next week will be on the survival game, as we know. If Mixer approve Gnomed, which I hope they do, because I did kind of got my computer to run on it, then we will be doing some of that. I'm gonna go and get some food. Yeah, Vieira. So if you update your build, it should hopefully work. But yeah, if you just quickly update that, let me know. And fingers crossed. And all I need to do is work out. I don't know why it ever worked. I've not changed that code. All it does now is it goes, oh, this player doesn't have any stats, creates some, and then load and goes, way, it works. The patch should only be tiny, by the way. It should only be a couple of megs. Other than that, guys, thank you for watching, and we will continue. I need to put together a schedule as well. I've done most of what I wanted to do, like the beginning of it, but it will be an awful lot of time, a disproportionate amount of time. That quarter of my dev time will be spent on those first 5 minutes, because that's what everybody sees. So, see you again soon, guys. Dropboard. I really suggest you go onto Discord and look at the pinned things. All the information you need is on the pinned stuff. Cepheus says goodbye and laughs at you for expecting him to go on camera. And I'll see you guys very soon. Cheers for watching.